is going on, guys? So today I wanted to talk about the various different track passes that I made in the Cobra. And some people don't like to watch the whole video. I understand it. I also want this video to kind of pick up in some search results, and I want to talk about the Cobra's first time out at the track. So before we get into this video, I want to talk about the mods on the car. Currently the 03 Cobra, it is the stock engine. Suspension wise, it is stock. It has H&R race lowering springs with no isolators. The car has a 2.3 liter TVS supercharger with a 2.8 pulley, makes about 19 psi. It's currently tuned by Kurgan Motorsports. It made 605 wheel horsepower and about 570 foot-pounds of torque. Running a stock style fuel system, which does actually have two SVT focus pumps, a fuel pump booster, and a 56-pound injectors, and I am currently running a BA 2600 SCT mass airflow sensor. The setup on the car is fairly simple. The biggest new addition, which has actually allowed me to make it out to the track, is the addition of the Mantic clutch, which is a twin disc clutch. It is a fantastic clutch. It works really well on the street. I broke that thing in with 1,000 miles of mostly city driving, and that clutch is beautiful. As you guys can see from the runs, this car performed incredibly well, and I really want to just highlight the fact that this Mantic clutch had no issues whatsoever, driving around on the street, going down to the track. I did a 5,000 and multiple 5,500 RPM launches, slipping the clutch, and I did not smell anything in the clutch. The clutch did not chatter afterwards. It almost seems like the clutch likes the kind of abuse like that. So I'm very, very impressed with the Mantic clutch so far in the Cobra. Unfortunately, the Mantic clutch in Ashley's car didn't really get very much use because she snapped her half shaft right away. I will mention that I do have stock half shafts in the Cobra, stock IRS rear end. I do think you can track these cars with the right clutch, and I think that is mainly contributed to the Mantic clutch. And as you guys saw, the stock clutch previously worked very well for me because I was able to slip the stock clutch, and I'm able to slip the Mantic clutch out of the hole, which basically eases the whole car right out of the hole rather than causing an instant spin or instant wheel hop or instant hook, which that's what breaks things. So my best of the track that day was an 11.0 at 125 miles an hour. I will note that the mile an hour was low all day. First of all, the DA was not very good for the day. Second of all, the car never really got a full cool down. So there's that, and the 28-inch tall tire was definitely holding me back. Let's go ahead and play the first run here, which I think is actually kind of interesting. So this is the first run. I hadn't been out on the track in quite a while. Launch was pretty good. It was a 1.6 something 60 foot. But as you guys can see, I was not expecting that second gear shift to be so quick. And there's one thing to note about this. One, I didn't know I was no lift shifting without the WOT Box, but two, it shows that I can shift fast enough where I don't need the WOT Box on some crazy delay, which I had in the later runs. So in this case, I noticed that I didn't have the WOT Box on because I usually turn it off for the burnout so it doesn't activate and do some weird stuff during the burnout. So I had it off. You can see that the second gear shift was, I was a little bit shocked, but it was very firm. The second to third gear shift hit the limiter for a second, and then the third to fourth gear shift was very good. So what I learned from this is that I should use the WOT Box still, but I should lower that delay to somewhere around 100 milliseconds. And I didn't notice this launches until after watching the video, the footage when I got home.
.11.6, 1.7 60 foot, 103 miles per hour.
So run number 2, so this run was a little interesting. It really wasn't a very good run overall. So the launch wasn't that great. It was a 1.7 60 foot bogged. I think the RPM might have gone a little bit lower than what I really wanted it to be, which could have caused the bog. I'm not too sure why, but it just wasn't really that great. And then I had the boost line fall off the back of the supercharger, which you guys are saying, why didn't you fix it before you made another run? I just didn't have the tools to do it. So what I need to do in the future is make sure that that boost line does not fall off, and it's falling off the back of the supercharger, which is a pretty big issue, and that is what regulates fuel pressure, because that boost line sends over to the fuel rail pressure sensor, which tells it what to ramp up fuel pressure up to. So it's pretty important. I need to get that fixed. I think I'm going to use some sort of sealant around the back of that port to make sure that that vacuum line does not come off again. Going into run number 3, now I think this was my best launch so far. So it looked like the car moved really out of the hole nice and smooth. I think it was a 1.65 60 foot, and that was just really good pass. Obviously the boost line came off again, therefore causing us to, you know, basically cut out that run. The car was getting too hot anyways, which the day was not really ideal conditions, and I drove to the track and I was trying to make multiple passes within a short time span. But it wasn't cool, so we were probably pulling timing up top, but it felt pretty good. Mantic Clutch is working really well. Alright, the 4th run, which was the best run, was an 11.0 at 125, I think somewhere around a 1.65 60 foot. This run felt pretty good. I actually got a little bit of spin out of the hole. I was really trying to get this thing out of the hole, and I really want to hit that 10.9 or better. I really think in the future we're going to need to go to a 26 or 27 inch tall tire for the current setup. Alright, so you guys just saw all 4 runs. Overall, I had a lot of fun at the track. It was super fun. I'm looking forward to going back. There is some things that are going to be changing up in the car, and that's definitely switching from the 28-inch tall tire to a 26 or 27-inch. And the reason for that is, one, it just needs to get out of the hole significantly quicker. I like the 28-inch tall tire, and it is a significant reason why my half shafts did not break, because we're not getting out of the hole that quick. So there is a possibility of snapping a half shaft when I go down to a 26 or 27, basically because the car is going to be getting significantly more gear out of the hole. However, I'm going to deal with it. You know, if we need to do half shafts, we need to do half shafts. It is what it is. Having that smaller tire will hopefully lead to more mile an hour, because the best mile an hour I saw that day was 125, and I have done previously 127 spinning the tires with street tires back a while ago when we went to Streetcar Takeover. So I'm going to be doing that. That is going to be the next time I go out of the track. I'm going to be trying to do it on a 26 or 27-inch tire. I want to run a 10. Hopefully we can keep some of this cooler weather and get out to the track with a 26 or 27-inch tire and run some high 10, mid to high 10. I would be very happy with. After I do that, that's kind of just a personal goal of mine. I really want to basically ramp up the car, and you know, all this stuff costs a lot of money, so it does take some time to do. But I really want to do the fuel system in the car, run some E85. I can make almost 100 wheel horsepower more with E85. You guys know I really want long tubes, but in order to do long tubes, I really should do some suspension at the same time, because you have to drop the K-member. So in time, we'll probably end up doing a UPR tubular K-member, probably the same Viking Warrior shocks and coilover kit that Terzilla is running. I also noticed that Viking has a rear IRS coilover kit that I'm really interested in trying out, because I'm so impressed with the one on Terzilla currently. So I'm interested in running that setup all around. Obviously the IRS needs a Ford Racing diff cover, it needs bushings, maybe 373 gears, but I really don't want to tear that center section open and do the gears right now. Obviously I still need half shafts. The Cobra luckily has an aluminum drive shaft, which is really good, and I don't really have to worry about that breaking. The T56 should be good for a while. No one really knows when they break or when they do not. It depends how you drive them. The 26 blind input shaft and the Mantic clutch are pretty good for a while. It's basically just everything else. So that's basically the update on the car. I wanted to give you guys, you know, what I want to do. I really want long tubes. I'm still torn on if I should go with a Mac 1 5/8 headers, or if I should go for an 1 7/8 and change up the whole exhaust, go 3-inch. I'm not too sure. I also really want to switch up to the 2.9 liter Whipple supercharger. I think I'll be able to make significantly more power on pump gas, which is much more fun because I cannot really run E85 full time on the Cobra because the E85 station is too far away. So E85 would only be a thing when I'm going to the track or want to have fun, but I really want pump gas to be pushing out more power, because 605 wheel horsepower, it's fun, but I really want some more on pump gas. So guys, make sure you slap that like button down below. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, check out all the other great content that we make, and yeah, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you guys next time.